If you had 3 words to describe yourself now at 63, what would they be?
Content, still learning, and creative.
Hey ladies, welcome back to my Fierce Aging series. So this is exciting. Today we have Melinda in the studio. She is 63. Actually, I don't say old anymore and I don't say young because I recently showed you over on Instagram a reel with Diane von Furstenberg, and she said, how many years have you lived? And that's basically what we're going to stick with because it's to be celebrated. This channel is about celebrating age, bringing women on that have real problems, that are aging and loving it and giving you advice. So are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. I saw a thing on Diane from Furstenberg on Instagram, and she said that you should ask, how many years have you lived? So I said, oh, we're going to change it now so everybody can feel good and not be upset that I'm asking you how old you are or how young you are. Okay. So how many years have you aged, or how many years have you lived?
I have lived 63 years.
63?
Yes.
Well, you're one of my spring chickens. You're my youngster on the channel today. So tell me, so 63, how are you feeling about your beauty in your 60s?
I'm feeling like I need to transition into a better look as I age.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
I'm a new Grammy. So
oh, nice.
I love taking care of my grandchildren. So I'm looking to be practical and fun and, as youthful as I can be and still be my age.
Right. So what do you think? Okay, so I just had my eye patches on, just pushing all of the nice La Mer eye. It's really nice. Do you feel at least, I mean, this wasn't on that long, but it pushes it right in. So you're going to get that extra hydration. I'm actually going to, first, I did the eyes. I'm going to do the Perfectionist Pro from Estee Lauder. It's a rapid firm and lift serum. I figured we needed a little rapid lifting and moisturizing. So you're in your 60s now. So what are your insecurities about aging in your face and maybe your body, or what's going on?
I don't think I really have insecurities, but I also want to do my best. I want to be as active and as healthy and as fun as I can be. So I want to maximize whatever I have at whatever age that I am.
You don't feel challenged at all by age?
Well, I mean, we all feel challenged by age.
Right.
Things start getting a little creaky and a little squeaky, but I've been an educator for 35 years, mm-hmm. and I love children, and the next generation is my jam. And so I spend a lot of time with my grandchildren, and I want to pass on to them to be lifetime learners. And so I have to be that myself. And so I want to learn how to embrace aging and to do my best at whatever age I am.
Do you feel that you're afraid of aging? Do you feel that so if you think about 70s and 80s and 90s, do you fear the aging?
No, I'm not afraid of aging. I just want to do it well.
If you had 3 words to describe yourself now at 63, what would they be?
Content, still learning, and creative.
I like the still. I like the still learning, because I think we're all still learning, right?
I think that's a key thing in life. As long as you're learning, you're growing. And I don't ever want to be a person who stops learning about all kinds of things.
What's the one thing you would want the ladies to know about you?
I'm a person of faith. I'm a Christian. I'm hopeful, and I'm continuing to always learn and always wanting to bring glory to God in what I do. That's what I would want them to know.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, great. All right, so we're going to start off. So I did prep the skin. So we're doing well with hydration and just very light with the serum and the eye cream and using the eye pads just to really rapid soak in the moisture. Now I'm going to go in with our Fiercely Smooth. This is going to be a face primer and it's more of a gel-like. And we're going to do that first so we can prep the skin and it's going to be ready when we get to the BB cream. I'm going to start off doing our eye primer. This is actually the one product. Melinda has two products from the line. She has the Essential Makeup Brush Kit and she has the eye primer, and you love the eye primer.
Love it.
Right? So this is really wonderful. We have our new angled concealer brush, which is really nice. It's dense enough, but this is what I've been using. It's a concealer, but I've been using it for eyes and it makes it very easy to apply. So I'm going to dab into the eye primer. And then I'm going to go from the base of the lash all the way up to the brow bone. Now this is going to even out the skin tone. You can see any of this darkness, this pigmentation is going to be lightened. And this is going to set up the eye for the eyeshadow. So it's going to last all day. It's going to look true. And this is a step that I could never do someone's makeup without my eye primer. I'm going to use our taupe skinny brow pencil. I want to kind of map out Melinda's eyebrows. She has beautiful eyebrows. We get a little bit thinner here in this lateral part. So I'm going to just follow where her hair is starting and give her these nice wispy strokes. Now I want to marry this brow a little bit to, we have a lot of hair here and then it starts to thin out here. So this is the area right here that I want to kind of bring it down, give it a little bit of an anchor. So it doesn't jump too high, still natural. I'm just wanting to kind of get them to look like they're connected. Now on the right brow here, I'm going to do the same exact thing. So you can see that we're a little sparse here, a little sparse here. So I still want this to be very natural. I am going to still use my technique of just running my skinny brow pencil through the brows. So it's not too heavy, it's not too dark, it still looks really nice and natural. And then connecting this brows a little bit different, just almost giving it like shadowing underneath here. So you can see I finished this right brow. They are looking nice and connected, just a little stroke down here. So that's really your key. So if you have a lot of hair here and then it starts to thin out, you want to make sure you have this under the brow here, just shadowing it so it doesn't look like it just jumped. It looks like they go together. I'm going to be using Sweet Carol. This is such a beautiful palette. It has two matte shadows. And then it has a little satin in the middle. So this is going to be really nice. It comes with two little brushes here also that I included. So if you're on the go, you can always use your little brushes. And if you forget your essential makeup brush, like sometimes I do, I always can at least do my makeup. So we're going to start with the middle color first. We're going to just pop the eye just a little bit, and then we're going to make this all come together. I'm going to be using my flat shadow brush, going into the middle color here, and then I'm going to apply it right to the middle of the lid right here. Now, again, I've said this multiple times. I don't shy away from having a nice sheen. It's not glitter. It's not sparkly. It's going to give some light to the eye. So I think it looks really just very pretty. I'm going to go up a little bit here. We're working with a little bit of more of a hooded eye. So I'm going to show you my placement when I get to that area. I just want to make the base here with that middle color. It's really pretty. I'm going to take the lightest color. It's a really nice matte bone color. I'm going to just flip over my brush. I'm going to go into this. It actually has a little petally pink to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to the brow bone up here and lighten that. Now remember, with color theory, you don't want everything that I'm doing, like the reason why we highlight the brow bone is we want that brow bone to come out, come forward. if you do this on a hooded eye here, you don't want to bring that forward. You want to recede that. So with color theory, if I'm going to put something darker in, it's going to recede. Just like when we contour with bronzer on our jawline or on our cheekbone here, it's going to recede. It's going to give you that contoured look. So we have to think about that with our eyes. So if we have a little bit of hooding, we're going to go back over and give definition here. So it pushes it a little bit more back and gives definition to the eye. I'm going to take the darkest color here. I'm going to take my short smudge brush. I like to call this my little eraser brush because it does do its magic when you want to kind of smooth things out. But I want it to be a little bit more dense because I'm going to go into this eye and create a little bit more of that dimension. So what I'm going to do is if you open your eye, we have a little bit of this hooding here. So I want to bring this back, and don't worry if you feel like it's too much, like, oh my gosh, it's so much eyeshadow. Don't worry, we're going to blend this out. I just want the placement here. I want to see what it looks like. I don't want to bring it down too far. I want this part here to recede, and we're going to blend it in. I'm going to take my blending brush. This is a nice fluffy brush. And I'm going to just nicely do little swirls. So it's almost like a little windshield wiper, but I'm doing a little swirl here to really nicely blend this together. Now these are talc free. They're very silky smooth. They're very easy to blend. And I want to have this look seamless. I don't want any demarcation. So we have this beautifully blended together. Now I can always clean up on the ends if I feel like anything went out a little too far, which I will. But again, you have to trust the process. This is, the eyes are first. That's what I always do, because if anything falls down, we can clean it up and we're not trying to like do extra work. So of course it's always going to look different because you have the eyes done, nothing's on the face. We have a lot of discoloration. So you can't make judgments until you say, okay, let me just finish the eyes, go into the concealer, go into my color corrector, my BB cream, and then we can reassess the eyes. Do we need to wash it down a little bit? What do we need to do? Just taking my makeup remover pad, just if anything is a little bit lower than I would like it to be, I can just clean it up right here. I am using the Plum Waterproof Eyeliner. This is going to come in very handy, this formula. It's very nice and smooth. It's not going to drag on the eyes, especially as we're aging and they get very delicate. And you take a scratchy pencil and you're trying to make that beautiful line, you just kind of give up and you're like, you know what, it's not worth it. I've had plenty of pencils where I'm like, what am I doing? This doesn't feel good. So this is going to be a very easy glide pencil for you. So you can really get that look. You can go as high as you want, as low as you want. I like to go right to the base of the lashes. So you can see I'm going right at the base of this lashes or the lash line. You're going to really thicken up the lash line by doing that, but you're not going to take up a bunch of real estate on your eye where it's going to look heavy and it's going to look overdone. Taking just a little bit of this plum, really beautiful. I'm going to just kind of dot underneath the eyes. I want to have some definition, but I don't want to have a real thick line or anything overdone. I'm taking the Volume Up mascara. This is a wonderful mascara with all these little teeth on this wand. So I designed this to be a volumizing formula with this wand that's going to grab all those little lashes. You literally feel it combing through your lashes, especially if you have short lashes and it's very difficult to get a big wand over them. So I wanted you to be able to pull out those lashes and this be really a feature. Maybe you only use mascara and a lip balm or a lip gloss. You can feel comfortable that you're at least getting all of those lashes. So I'm going to just have Melinda look down. And then I'm going to go to the base of the lash. I wiggle back and forth, and then I pull up. And you can see how it does grab these lashes. And it's really fun because you think you don't have any lashes until you start to use Volume Up. And then you're like, well, there they are. Like, I'm so impressed. I did this actually, Doris was the same way. I was like, oh, we don't see any lashes. And then we pull them out with the Volume Up and we're like, it's amazing.
There they are.
There they are. You see them above the lid, which is even better. And then we're going to add in a couple little clusters just to pull the eye up a little bit more. We've got the mascara on, looking beautiful. And then just the little clusters are going to just enhance that look to bring the eye out. So we have the lashes on. Now I customized these for Melinda because I wanted them to just give her a little extra. When you're dealing with more hooded eyes or heavy eyes, I wanted the lashes to come out. So I cut them, they're individuals, and it just gives her a little something extra. You don't feel them, do you?
No, not at all.
So now that the lashes are on, I can go back and say, do I want a little bit more maybe contouring in here with her eyes? But let's see. Let's start working and evening out the tone of the skin. Let's do a little Just Peachy, color corrector, concealer, and then we'll see where we are. Then we'll add some more if we want to the eyes. I'm using Just Peachy. This is a color corrector. So again, this is going to be your best friend, your tool. As we're aging, we can't just throw on concealer and think that we're not going to see the darkness through the concealer. So if you put on a color corrector, this is for blues and grays, and any of that darkness is going to lift it first, and then you put on your concealer. So sometimes I get away with just using Just Peachy. I know a lot of the ladies that are my customers do also, so it's nice. You don't have to do a two-step, but we're going to apply it right underneath the eyes. Remember, I did prep Melinda's eyes with our eye serum, and you have to prep your eyes. You can't just go in on dry skin with this. This does have shea butter in it, but you want to have a smooth application. Again, we do have the face primer on, so you do have a little bit of that when you bring it down underneath this area here. But I'm just going to go up to the lash line, bring it down, and then do the other eye. I'm taking our angled concealer brush and I'm going to just go up right into this corner here, bring it down underneath the eye, and then taper it down underneath here. Going in with my creamy concealer. This is in light. This is going to be not too heavy, not too light, not too liquidy. I made it this creamy formulation with most of the pigment at the top there, so you can actually get into those corners or into that little groove, and you're not putting on too much and being overwhelmed. So I'm going to concentrate on this area here that we have a little bit more of the darkness. You can, if you want, a little bit more coverage on different areas. You might have a blemish, you might have maybe a little bit of redness. You can go in with the concealer just like that with the tip. Taking the angled concealer brush again, I'm going to just work it in over that Just Peachy. I'm going to mix Fair and Light BB cream. This is a fragrance-free, really nice balm for the skin. That's what BB cream stands for, is a beauty balm. She can get away with Fair, but I'm going to just add 1 drop of the light and then mix it together. I'm going to take my foundation buffing brush and I'm going to just swirl this together, mix it together, and then buff it into the skin. Now you can use your fingers, but I feel like you get a really nice application when you are working this into the skin. You get that flawless, really beautiful toned skin application. I'm going to be using Ballerina Rose. This is a 3-well blush compact. So you can use them all individually, or you can use them all together and make your own custom color. So it's really up to you. I just like to kind of do a little like this. If you want a little bit more of the bright color, just stay in with the bright, or if you wanted more muted. So you can use this actually as a little contour if you wanted to, but I like to just kind of just give it a swirl and then just go for it. I know you like pink, so this is why I picked that out. So blush placement is really individual. It's up to you. I know everybody likes to just stay up at the top. You'll watch TikTok or Instagram and get so confused on where you're supposed to put it. I like to see just a really beautiful cheek. That's my style. I'm going to take our Nikita Banana. This is a brightening powder. It's very finely milled, so it's not going to add a lot of weight to the skin. I'm going to take my powder brush and I just want to set, we're under hot lights here. I know that some of you have asked if it's this, you know, dewy or shiny. We're under bright light, so it's not as dewy as you see, but I like to nicely kind of just touch up this T-zone area. I'm going to apply the Rose Lip Balm. This is one of my favorite products because when you prep your lips and they're nice and hydrated, you're able to put on your lipstick, put on the lip liner, and it goes on really nicely. You never want to have dry lips and then putting on lipstick or even lip gloss. I picked out Rose All Day because I know Melinda likes pink, and I picked out Actually I Can. So these two go really beautifully together. We can top it with Cocoa 13, which I'll show you in a minute, but I'm going to line her lips. These are waterproof lip liners, so that's really nice also. You can fill in the whole lip and have a different color, put on a lip gloss, or use your lip liner traditionally with your lipstick. So I also have a concealer lip brush. So you have a concealer on one side, and then you can pull out your lip pencil or your lip brush on the other side. So this is a really nice, they both have caps. So this one retracts, and then this one has a cap. So you can throw it in your purse and feel like you can always apply precisely your lipstick. So there we have the Actually I Can, which you can see that the lipstick really, when you add color to the face, it dramatically changes when you bring out a bright color. And this is our brightest pink right now. Pretty Smart, it's just a step below. But this really just kind of starts bringing in the cheeks and the lips and just gives you that brighter, kind of more confident, like I'm ready for the day kind of look. Another thing you can do is get a custom color with adding on a lip gloss. That's what I like to do with all of my lipsticks. It's like a topper. So usually it's Cocoa 13, Manifest and Glow, or Champs. So you have a lot of variety of what you want to do. But Cocoa 13, you can add over your, as really any lipstick. I really like it with Nick Ray. I like it with Actually I Can. Pretty Smart. It looks really pretty too. And you can just add it in the middle and just to give a little bit more gloss. Some ladies don't like a gloss, some love a gloss, some just like to wear a gloss, but at least it gives you some options where you're like, you know what, I don't want to do lipstick today. I'll do a lip gloss. And it just gives you that brightness still, and it's just really beautiful. I am going to warm up the skin just a little bit with our Creme Brulee, which is a bronzer hybrid. So this also has shea butter, and it's very silky. It's very just really beautiful in the skin. It's talc free. So what's nice about it is that I didn't want you to feel that you couldn't wear a bronzer. I'm sure you probably have shied away from bronzers.
Yes.
You don't want any like just dark streaks on your face. So this will allow you to swirl and just capture enough of that bronzy, but it's cut with the cream. I'm just going to swirl it just right below this blush, into the blush also. Anywhere that you really want to have a little bit more color, you can just go up here, but it's very forgiving. So you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, it's too much, but I do want to give you a little bit more of that warmth. My final step, I always feel like it just finishes off the makeup when I'm doing makeup. So I like to treat my ladies to some pure rose water. Of course, it's rose water. What else would it be, right? My obsession for roses goes very deep. So I'm going to just spritz this on your face just to kind of set the makeup, if you will, give a little bit more hydration. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you your look, see what you think. It'll be very interesting because you've never worn lashes before. Just a little bit more darkness, but bringing out the eye. And I only placed it in this first part of your eye. I didn't go in too far. And that's a really important part, ladies. I didn't go too far with the lashes, and I didn't go too far out. I wanted that lift to be right in the center, kind of like where your brow would arch. So that's what I did. I just wanted to bring it out a little bit to see if we could just give a little bit more drama to the eyes. And I think that we did a really good job with that because they're individual. It's not heavy. It's not a big strip. We're just wanting to give you just a little bit more extra. So we'll see what you're thinking.
Oh, wow. Look at those lashes. It's beautiful.
Now, what about the color of the lip? Because I know you said pink, but I don't know what shades of pink you go for.
I like the color. I'm a little bit more of a
Muted.
pinky
Oh,
person.
brighter?
A little bit.
Oh, good. Okay.
But I like it. It's very pretty. Very nice.
So now how do you feel without makeup coming into the studio and then meeting me for the first time since we don't know each other, and then having makeup on, do you feel it changes your personality? Do you feel you're different?
Yes, when I'm wearing makeup, I feel ready to see anybody, talk to anybody, do whatever I need to do. And if I'm not wearing makeup, I feel like I'm walking out of the house without clothes on. So it's hard for me to come here this morning with no makeup at all on because I never go anywhere without makeup. Because makeup helps you put forward your best self. And if your goal is to be a positive difference to whomever you meet, and if you have great things to share with people, then you want to look your best. You want to be winsome as you do that. So that's what makeup does for me.
That's great, because a lot of the women feel the same way you do. They come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here. What am I doing? And then they feel put together afterwards, right?
Yes.
And even if we just did a mascara and a lipstick, it would still make a big difference with how you present yourself or you act. And I think that's just a wonderful life application about just being an educator, always educating yourself, living your life, not erasing your life, and showing up and allowing people to see that. And so, ladies, I'm really excited that Melinda came and shared her beauty with you and really gave you some insight on what it's like for her aging and what she's working through. And I really appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
So, ladies, until my next video, I'll see you later.